favorite, but not their worst, as we'll see what they've got in store for us. But after a knife round took place there, it was Saltcrew coming out on top here and deciding to opt for the CT side of things, and a little bit of a 3-1-1 setup here with some early B presence. However, the real action from Aphotic eSports over towards mid, whizzing in that utility and continuing up towards donut. Shots really missing for both sides here, but Music the first to connect here, and Shake going down as a flurry of frags hit the kill feed here. But after all is said and done, the A bomb site left in hands here of Aphotic eSports here, and in a 3 versus 1 Gunk, he's got a lot of heavy lifting to do if he wants to find a way to win this first round. And spotted out here, isolated away, position revealed, and getting these fights through. Missed shots, really from both ends. Some great fundamentals coming through from Aphotic eSports to set up the swing there, and Gunk, aware that a crossfire is being established, tries to break the angle, but just can't quite win that fight. Aphotic eSports able to win that first round. Saltcrew. I believe I've seen them force buy in a lot of these situations on these second rounds here, but the tactical pause is coming in from Aphotic eSports of all things. I mean, this is kind of a blessing to Saltcrew here if they want to think about it here for 30 seconds or so. But off the numbers, off the data, however you want to say it here. Usually these second rounds should go to the team that won the first here, so Saltcrew. Not looking too poised here to get too much damage in the second round, but you never know. A trusty 5-7 being invested into. Suffer with that 2K. Got a little bit of play money to go around here, and Gunk sporting the Desert Eagle. 2 upgraded pistols, and Aphotic eSports thrown back into the gauntlet after their long pause. What's up, Alex? You see Saltcrew get the dub tonight. Let's see him in action. And a little bit of a slow start after the long pause here. Aphotic eSports, well aware that in these eco rounds here, teams either like to 5-man push or 5-man stack a site. After no immediate rush down through Banana, they hightail it, put it into 5th gear here, and expand up into the B bombs like chaos. Oh my god. Cheater shot coming in as he flicks backs and one-taps a player through the smoke, and Gunk and Shake here. Not long for this world as they are just fragged away and suffer. With that 5-7 that we were referring to, maybe he can find one before meeting his maker, but not meant to be, as Music starts the round off with a kill and ends it. Yet another. Not too much to report there in that round. But Saltcrew just licking their wounds, looking to bounce back, as this third round is where they look to leave their mark. The M4s flush across the board here, and oh my god, another timeout coming through here. What is going on? It feels like it should be like a technical timeout here, as there really isn't much to think about at this point of the game here, but Aphotic eSports burning through 2/3 of their timeouts here in the first 3 rounds of all things. If we go long distance, really, if we go very long into this match here, this could become a factor here if Aphotic eSports is wanting to try and break some momentum, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Some extra time here to cook something up for Saltcrew coming into the first rifle round, as we are set to unpause and play it out. Seen some pretty heavy team play here in these starting few rounds through the T side of Aphotic here. Sure, it's a small sample size, but curious to see if they have that same approach here going throughout the half. A player primed to burst through this mid smoke. The flash actually does get Adel out there to at least find a frag. Shake, though, from the high ground here, is able to get the trade and just disappear off the back of it as we simplify down to that 4 versus 4. No one really too hasty to make the next move. Aphotic hoping and praying that there's an overstep on this B-bomb side is Chaos. Kind of boosted up here, gets pushed away, but the real action over towards Cave. Gunk, 2 players coming his way, still is good for 1 and good for a dink here into Mad 4, and that dink is just critical for Hot Swoop to get the confidence to just swing in and finish what he started. After all said and done, some antics over towards B/mid here. Each to the favor of Saltcrew here, and this might be a chance for them to get on the board very early on. But a smart late round decision coming through from Aphotic here. As Spartan Shock and Chaos are just going to clump up and really target the correct bomb site with only 1 player over here towards A. Boosted up over towards Tree, committed to that A main angle, and I don't think it's been spotted out. Now with the smoke going down, the audio cue is there. With the smoke, it works as a shield here. The plant will not be disrupted, and pushing into CT here will lead to nothing. Chaos in a 1 versus 3 temporarily. Does find 1 kill back, but suffer on cleanup duty and defuse duty as well as Saltcrew. 2 survivors towards the pursuit of happiness. But a bomb plant going down, plus a clean anti-eco. T-side is certainly just going to bounce back into this 4th round here as they look to try and prevent tie game coming through from Saltcrew. But really, both teams' economies kind of teetering in the balance here. Only 2 players surviving that last one here. Whoever wins this one is really going to push the other team into an eco, it feels like. Ooh, Shake saying, I don't want to be the team here having to save here. Takes matters into his own hands and boosted up on the cat box. On the catwalk here. We'll line up a straight shot there into Chaos. As he creates a 5 versus 4. And pushing down through B on his lonesome. Hatsu caught red-handed there as Music. Did we get a kill back and make it even, Steven? Late mid push is also going to be extremely successful here. Spartan Shock and Mad 4 here. A kill towards top mid, a kill towards Cat, and this round feeling all but over. Unless Gunk, anything to do about it here, decides I've got to make a play over here towards B, pushes down, and it's a fight at range, but just loses it against the AK-47. Addo, a nice little off angle here. Holding that A rotate and suffer. Not much meant to be there as he just gets gunned down, and Aphotic eSports, the bounce back. It feels like it may be worth multiple here. Hot Soup really the only player on Saltcrew here above that 2K range here. Invested in an MP9. There's everyone else, not really much else to show for it. But checking out that mini-map early on, everyone, and I mean everyone from Saltcrew, stacking up over here towards B. Hoping and praying that some sort of W key maneuver is coming in from Aphotic, but Aphotic, definitely very patient here on this T side. The second anti-eco in a row that we've seen where they've kind of just sat outside these B double doors here and played a little bit reactionary. And slowly but surely, no push inbound. They'll get to clearing and up towards Cat, up towards mid. Aphotic eSports building up on their real estate. Swing from Suffer. Does land a shot into Adel there, but gets tagged up in the process and chipped down to 24. Some HP woes for him. And this Molotov over here towards B cave pretty much symbolizes that the A bomb site's the true target. And oh my god, Suffer. I don't know if the smoke hadn't bloomed in time or if that was a spam. Whatever it is, it's a frag right on through it as Mad 4 able to clear out the only A defender in Hatsu. Putting that trusty MP9 to work here. Deals with the mid lurk here and even drops over an upgrade to one of his teammates. AK-47 in hand, and Hatsu able to double up, however not able to triple up, and it's seemingly that is what was required. Some financial damage coming in. Suffer could even continue this here. Actually just scoops up an AK and he's gonna run for the hills. One less rifle for Saltcrew here that they have to invest, assuming that he should survive. See a player trying to come in transit to cut it off, but not quite close enough, and oh no! The bomb blast, fatal here. The lack of armor in range there, and Suffer on 24 points of health will not get the AK-47 into the next round. You hate to see it. Bomb blast on Ancient, unlike anything else. It's crazy as well. That's even the nerfed range. I remember you'd die outside of B if it was planted A, and if you were less than, I think it was 8 or 7 HP, something like that. The bomb proving still to be lethal in 2026 here. But back to business. Saltcrew. We got the M4s once again here, and plenty of utility go around as some nice little chip damage into music and Adol here. With the HEs coming in. Prioritizing these bomb sites in Aphotic eSports. They might have picked up on this here. Waltzing in towards mid, and this back donut Molotov is just going to isolate Shake as he has to swing. This puts a lot of tension on the remaining A player, and Hot Soup. He's going to find 2 players over here towards B, and that's the bomb as well. Heavy rotate potential here, smokes it off as well, and Chaos up towards top mid. Really needs a multi-kill here. Get this round back on. At the backside of Cave, compromised. It's an awkward fight here. Music still alive though, runs away, and Dunk now getting struck on the side. Suffer though. Able to claw it right back here as this round really just hanging on ahead here. With a secondary flank coming in from Spartan Shock. Surely the CT dead to right, and Suffer. What is he set to do here? Left on his lonesome, and Atsu is gonna get out angled there. Music in the head glitch over the big box there. Land a nice one. A close call, but just not meant to be, and Atsu, beautiful double kill over there, getting the bomb down, but just great reactions from Aphotic eSports there to really cut off those rotating players and play off of it. Certainly not the start that Saltcrew were hoping for here, but still keeping things competitive. They need to not get in their heads here and save around here, which they're doing so. 5-man push down through mid here. Hacks for 1 by Chaos here, immediately traded out here, and that's pretty much all that we have going on in that round. Blink and you would have missed it there. Aphotic eSports tallying up a 6th here on that T side. I think I'd like to see a timeout here from Saltcrew. Feels like it's been a speedy pace through these 7 rounds here, and maybe something to try and disrupt the tempo of their opponents. But thrown right back into the gauntlet here. Seems the immediate answer from Saltcrew is to take some early mid control. With 3 players pushed down here, they are going to secure it. But really, the real action is this A push out of Suffer, and that is going to be Spartan Shock just sitting, caught lacking, as a freebie given to Saltcrew. I love it as well there from Suffer, how he just gets out of there as well. Doesn't commit, doesn't stay around, doesn't look for another fight, and doesn't give an opportunity for Aphotic to make it a 4 versus 4. Stifled in the early stages of this one, and that forward positioning just getting better and better by the second. It is a little bit of a nasty smoke over here towards the double doors, but hey, it will keep them at bay. B Cubby getting mollied out here. Mad 4 set to go in. Does clear some room for Chaos to get the trade, but just the layers here from Saltcrew are what's going to win the round. And Shake just feeling like he had Adol dead to rights there, but the wide swing, the Peeker's advantage, CS2 moment will take him down, and Suffer looping back around from that B-bomb site makes it a double kill. And Saltcrew, speaking of doubles, 2 and 6. A much welcome second CT side victory But no time for celebration here, and Saltcrew gotta make it happen in back-to-back rounds. Plenty of cash. Aphotic eSports, they've even got a follow-up buy beyond it here. The T side is just so forgiving, especially when you've won a few. And after playing such a slow half up to this point here, Aphotic eSports says, hey, let's test the A bomb site, and Suffer on his lonesome goes down with nothing but gunk. That damage that Suffer found, actually not quite nothing here, is going to come out to be a factor as Gunk just spams away a T. But time is a ticking. That bomb timer not getting any younger here, and Shake actually gets in front of the CT smoke as Gunk, a kill over towards Temple, traded away, and Hot Soup continuing to pave the pathway, taps the bomb once, and the tree player is going to lead to nothing. The double swing as well. Gunk dies for the cause, and Hot Soup trades it away. A dominating position there from Aphotic eSports, but even still, that bomb's going to be taken care of, and by the skin of Hot Soup's teeth, he wins it out. A double kill to get the second, a triple kill to get the third, and Saltcrew with their first win streak of tonight. Like I was saying, 3 buys in a row. Tested yet again coming into round number 10, and Saltcrew, are they ready for that heat? Feels like it would have been a good spot for Aphotic eSports to be using one of their timeouts as well, and instead of burning through those 2 in the starting 2 rounds here. But what do I know? I'm just a commentator. And tricky. As I'm blabbing away about timeouts here, Aphotic eSports have just pushed into cave and met no resistance as they even get the front side of it. Positionally speaking, this is tricky in chaos. Fearful of that A main push, as it had just been shown a couple rounds ago from Suffer. With the 2 players over towards mid, hearing all this B commotion here, they've got to force this fight right now, and after spotting out the mid lurk, it kind of just plants them in place here, as they can't force the fight, they can't really leave, and they actually decide on leaving here as the B bomb site is lost in the process. Gunk sniped out there from the headshot of Spartan Shock. And do they want to go for it? A 4 versus 5 here, it seems like it, and now with Hot Soup tallying up these frags, maybe it's possible, another one in Hot Soup again. Down to the 3 versus 2 though, in time, the best friend of Aphotic, but they're running out of players left and right, or are they? Music in the 1 versus 3 takes down 2. Trying to find the bomb. Pros do not fake. Kiwi is on it here. The spam's gonna come in, but it's just a little too late as Music falls short in the 1 versus 3. You can even see it affecting him there. Looking in the sky saying, why, God, why? Where was that bomb planted? And Kiwi, the savior of Saltcrew. And there you have it. Taking a second, it seems, just to warm up. Saltcrew, ever since round number 7, have put it into high gear with 3 in a row. Aphotic eSports, perhaps hearing what I was saying, coach told them to call in a timeout, and they're going to deploy their final one in the first half of play. And even with a decent loss bonus here, no saving required, Aphotic eSports again thrown right back into the saddle with rifles across the board. Hot Soup showing some great form here. The side of Saltcrew, that triple and double that we saw a couple rounds back, and Suffer as well. 8-8. This first half has been all but interesting. But do we have a fancy play for us? What has Aphotic brewed up for us? Smoke down towards elbow will be respected. Shake able to dodge a first flash, but the second he's gonna catch him red-handed. That singular flash, Spartan sets up Mad 4 there for the easiest double kill of his life, and a 2 versus 1 does give the benefit of the doubt here to Aphotic. pushing through cave here. Hot Soup feeling like he has to make a move, and the man deficit will just be gunned down here, and that's going to be the B bomb site right for the picking. Gunk, though, not quite so free now, is it? Before getting smoked off, he gets a straight 1 versus 1 and comes out on top. The bomb, however, cannot be disrupted. Gunk on the follow-up attempt on the spam, though, will be successful, and all of a sudden this 4 versus 2 is crumpling on itself. Suffer as well, a freebie into chaos here, just standing in the open, expecting Gunk to loop around, and bomb tap. Suffer pulls Mad 4 right to the exact position here. Does this be bomb site? Just retake Central there for Saltcrew in back-to-back rounds. That's the second time we've seen Gunk get away with that as well. I believe it was the same position. Just spamming down towards long, getting kills on that B bomb site. Even with a smoke wall, you are not safe. And a depressing end of the half here for Aphotic eSports here. Felt like they had it in a stranglehold in that at 6-1 here, but boy oh boy, things can change quick. An opportunity, really put the icing on the cake, as I like to say it here. Saltcrew could tie it right on up here. The final round of the half. Cheeky one way over towards the top of mid. It's not going to be tested though, because the A bomb site seems to be under attack. Suffer, 3 players coming in, gets angled out here, and combined with the flashbang will go down for free. What the hell? Adel just gonna get executed by Chaos. What should be a 5 versus 4 instead is a 4 versus 4, and one less player here to hold all these angles. A shake allowed out for free. Spartan Shock does get a trade in response, and with Chaos getting one back, Hot Soup has got to make his move now, and never late now is he. Does find one. Gunk on the transfer has to come out the bomb. Taps it yet again in the 1 versus 1. Time running low, ammo running low, drops to the pistol, and Chaos eventually whittles him down. Aphotic eSports stealing up that last round of the half. Another tense post plant there, and a side swap away. Aphotic eSports do have a slight edge heading into their CT side. The fast spinning Karambit. The pistol round strat here seems to consist of at least 1 smoke, 2 flashes here. I believe I saw a P250, but I think it got tossed back. It looks like Suffer doesn't have a gun, unless the HUD is lying to me. Definitely something to watch for here, as W Keys mashed in, coming in towards cave, and met with no real resistance until music at range here lands a stunning headshot. Gunk though, clawing one back into Mad 4 as Adel, the last bullet in the mag, does connect here, and Saltcrew do have the bomb site for -1. 3 players looking to push through long on all together here. The Goosh will land from Gunk here, but needs a follow-up damage. Suffer is just going to land his, and all of a sudden, blink and you would have missed it again there. That round all but over. As Saltcrew close the cap. Player disconnected in the madness there. Not sure exactly what caused it, but oh my days. Saltcrew, all they need is that bomb planted, and they've got a chance to steal it away. Felt like the retake was even on point there, just Aphotic eSports just not really able to get the kills when they needed them. I guess you can say that about a lot of rounds here in Counter-Strike, but Saltcrew looking to tie it up. Do have the 5th player back in the server here. Hopefully just a one-off the technicalities there, as definitely sucks whenever you're having something like that happen in a league match. No force buys into these second rounds. Both teams looking to get the rifles going. sooner rather than later, as Saltcrew certainly feels like this is their prime opportunity here. Get tie game for the first time. Head spotted over hot soup. Not deterred. Throws out that left hand cubby with the Molotov and pretty much symbolizes the Saltcrew that the A-bomb site is super stacked. It's probably going to be an uneventful end to it all here. Playing for Exit's Aphotic eSports. Hoping that Saltcrew just overextends and gives them a gun or two to save for the following round. But well aware of this, the SMGs will not be falling victim to the Aphotic eSports setup, as the site exit pathway seems to be down towards Banana. Spartan does land his shot here, and oh, the disrespect, the Zeus electrocuting shake. Oh my god, the bomb as well, claiming even more victims. The bomb has gotten 3 kills so far this game here, and Saltcrew an expensive end to things in that round. At least it was no AKs lost there. It was only the MAC-10s and P7s hitting the ground, but 4 out of their 5 players having to rearm themselves in Aphotic eSports have got guns for the first time as well. Economies on the line. Big moments here at tie game here in round number 15. And what the? Check out that mini-map here. There's 2 players already on this B bomb site, but the bomb is being brought over towards A. Mad 4, wondering, why am I not seeing anything else? Does get a fight right through the smoke here, and no one really seems to be reacting here on the side of Aphotic. Huey has got himself in such a forward position here towards Pillar. Mad 4 is just going to be caught lacking there, and a chance to double up here. Huey is good for it. However, when it comes to the third layer of the defense here, Adel is already pushed through Cave, and Huey trying to go for a fast rotate will be caught in limbo, but the bomb goes down over towards A as Gunk spam away 1 there. Down to the 2 versus 2 here. Positionally, Saltcrew a little bit favored. But it feels like it's going to be a fight regardless, as Aphotic knows these last 2 players are over towards A main. Smoke down on the bomb here. The spam preemptively, and Gunk exposed as Adel takes them both away. With no defuse kit, there is definitely still time for it. Close, but not quite, as Aphotic eSports 1 player surviving to take the lead back. Now, this is where you really kind of feel those 4 players going down in that second round of the half here. Instead of being able to immediately contest that one CT surviving economy here. 4 players with 2.5k to their name here. It's really now in Saltcrew's best interest to just save, get the guns going here in such a close competitive match. A chance to stabilize, as they say here on the CT side, and Adel off that salvaged AK here does get 1 at range, and perhaps a little bit of a miscommunication here. Music just spamming in the open. He's gonna get executed from the side. Shake as well, finding some damage on his own dime here, but Gunk left him a 1 versus 3, takes out the first and lands a shot on the second. Or it's gonna have to be clean one after getting smoked off here. Runs through the smoke. They're sticking it here in a 2 versus 1. Bomb tapped again, and Gunk, maybe he can deny this here. Chaos eventually putting an end to the madness there, as a valuable attempt, but not meant to be for Mr. Gunk. And all things considered, that's a little bit of a victory there in round number 16, if you were to ask me, for Saltcrew. 3 players killed, a bomb plant on an already weakened Aphotic eSports there, as we're kind of back to where we were in that previous round here. Economies on the line. The first AWP that we have seen all day long. Actually, I'm lying to you there. I think we've seen one other one. Second AWP coming out from Chaos. I've also just been calling this guy Chaos here. I don't know how to... Chiaz? So sorry in advance here. Called you Chaos in the beginning and just had to stick to it. Cheap. It's cheap as well. I just put it together, huh? You know, sometimes you just need a pause here to break it down here. And I'm not sure whose pause that was. It didn't pop up on either side, so your guess is as good as mine. Wait, no, it's not cheap. Or Chag? I don't know. I'm lost. However, thankfully, it doesn't matter. Neither one of these teams lost in the matter here, and Adel, again, going for another one of these fast moves up towards Catbox. Gets away with it and even gets out with his life here as an early 5 versus 4 created because of it. Huge play at a huge moment as well. Now someone from Saltcrew will pretty much have to do the same here just to equalize, and Chegg landing that op shot here as things go from bad to worse in round number 17 for Saltcrew. 3 versus 5. Not ideal, not impossible though, as the remaining members look to clump up over towards mid. Op spotted over towards A, expecting some re-aggression from Donut as Suffer. Just gonna make Spartan Shock suffer there as a little bit of an overextension in the 5 versus 3, going for a solo peek. Giving away a chance. So Op known over towards A. Unless it's rotated here, and by process of elimination, Saltcrew kind of figuring out that maybe it's only 2 or 3 players over here towards B, and there goes one of them. A missed follow-up here, Suffer. Not quite able to finish it there in a Mad 4, but the damage not inconsequential as QE as well. No damage needed. A headshot there into Chegg. Adel, though, it's just been the early round playmaker. However, when it comes to the late round, not quite as devastating as Hot Soup. Fries him there in the M4 versus AK head-to-head, and Saltcrew on to 8. Sure, it might have been a win streak there for the CT side, but all those close calls are going to immediately break the bank, and Saltcrew looking to tie it up here for the second time in this match. These eco rounds really haven't been a problem for either side. I guess one of them came down to a 1 versus 2, but you know what I mean. I don't know why I'm trying to jinx it here with what I'm saying here, but it feels like, long story short, an opportunity for Saltcrew. Piling away. Shake though. 3 players coming in his direction. Only finds one, and now Chegg playing this close range angle. Zeus is away another, and Music landing that shot now here as, oh my god. Feeling like I should be taking some responsibility. Saying, oh, there's no way it could go ever wrong here, but still not done and official as, oh my god, what is that there as Music, it feels like he got aim punched into that headshot as he gets tagged. And the 1 versus 4, Gunk having to just run in towards his A-bomb site here. Finds 2 players occupying it there and can't take any of them down. And well, that one's definitely going to be a stinger there for Saltcrew. Felt like a great opportunity to get the 9-9, has just slipped between their fingers, but must pick themselves back up, try again. Off the back of a save here, Aphotic eSports in a good position financially speaking here to maybe confirm their 11th. Singular Molotov really denies this B rush here, and that seems to be the whole game plan, as it only denies it for now. It's not going to get the kills though, as Dunk and Hot Soup 2 apiece. 1 apiece for 2. 3 kills though, right back as fighting for space over towards Cave. And Adel, again, just putting up frag after frag after frag. 4 in total there, and Aphotic eSports back up against the wall. We get back in towards the B-bomb site and secure yet another win. Time is certainly of the essence. No more chances for any mistakes here in Saltcrew. You had plenty of money to complete out this buy. But it's got to be flawless if they want to make it happen here in regulation. Aphotic eSports pushing for match point here. QE not respecting the utility here. Smoking off the top of Xbox here. Not allowing for Aphotic eSports to get that early peek off 3 times in a row. You can see, we can see here at home that there is a player on the other side of the smoke, and a great counterplay coming through from Saltcrew to isolate Adel. They do get the kill. Spartan, the supporting player, does find a trade back, but simply put, it shouldn't be enough here. It's a 4 versus 3 to show for the heroics, but a straight 1 versus 1 duel outside of B allows for Mad 4 to win it here, and the man advantage that Saltcrew worked so diligently for has just been counteracted. All of mid to work with, but no lurk to fall back off the back of it. And with that being the case, Saltcrew are just gonna push Suffer up towards top of mid house here. Wait for the rotate as the other 2 players look to go around towards A main. Auto director not showing us this fight here for some reason, as either side watching out, leading to a frag there. Sorry, words are hard. But it seems like it's been enough intel here for Aphotic eSports to be fearful of the A-bomb site. A player pushing through B, rotating around through mid here, and Saltcrew have got a window of opportunity to get a safe plan, and they take it. Aphotic eSports, we saw that passive reserved approach here on their T side here, are kind of implementing it a little bit in the retake here, expecting Saltcrew to make the next move. Without that being the case, it's going to be a delayed push down towards the bottom of mid, and Mad 4 flushing out 1, spotting another, and that'll allow for these 2 CTs to get on site. Flash will ring in, however, not successful, and QE says, not on my watch here. Leaves no survivors in Saltcrew with a 9th. Big showings here. No doubt about it for Saltcrew, but eating yet another round like it, and yet another one just to tie us away. And Aphotic eSports are kind of in a weird spot. Actually, no, sorry, my eyes are deceiving me here. They've actually got 1 more full buy left. Mad 4, the only player, a little bit stifled here on the MP9, but everyone else having their choice weaponry. And Saltcrew, they made a nice move there to win that early frag in that last round, but Adel not going for the same play yet again here. Get to play a whole new type of position here, and Saltcrew, they're gonna succeed. They're gonna shine right through it. They lose a player early, down towards the center of the map, but it's not gonna matter because Suffer in hot soup there to save the day, and you can see the frustration brewing as Music just shakes his head. And last time we saw a 3 versus 3 post plant over towards A. This time in the 4 versus 3, still attempting it. Aphotic eSports feels like it might be a spot here to try and hang onto the guns here, but the flank, it's been detected, and Gung revealing his hand too early. All of a sudden, players dying left and right. Huey gets Molotoved off as well, has to go through the flames, lands the shot, and lands the follow-up as well. As Huey again from the same position makes it happen and saves the day. No match point there for Aphotic eSports, and Saltcrew double digits. Oh my god. What a tense match here on Ancient we have had. And oh, if you weren't frustrated before there, Aphotic eSports certainly pissed off now here as they've got to save. They pretty much got to concede this round here, it feels like. Unless they can pull off the impossible yet again. And they might have just called the right play here. It's a rush over towards A as 4 players looking to meet them right in the middle. However, the firepower just isn't there. They've got the numbers, they've got the bodies, but Saltcrew just too lethal. Taking them all out. Oh, could feel that grenade through the screen there as Chegg eats it, eats some follow-up lead as well, and Jake making it a quad kill there to tie things away. So it's been a hectic ride up to this 11-11 score line here. Pandemonium, as they say. No clear victor in sight here, and Saltcrew, will they be the first here to get that match point? And what's the call in a spot like this? Aphotic eSports, they felt like they could do no wrong earlier on. However, will they be doubting themselves? It doesn't seem like it, as they go for some forward ground here. They've got Adel again pushing towards the front side of cave. As well, setting up for the double swing, and combined with one another, 2 players go down and nothing to show for it. Sure, those CTs limp away on their combined 57 HP there. However, they'll take that 5 versus 3 every day of the week. Just no counter play as well here for these remaining 3 players for Saltcrew. Getting smoked off over here towards A main, and so much utility still in effect here as we reach the late round. Bomb outside B as well, with 35 on the clock. It's either going to have to be a save or an all-out push in towards this direction, and Shake airing out these front hand mid angles. Doesn't really have enough time to quite make it over, or does he? As Saltcrew actually still thinking about attempting this one. I think it's supposed to be a save here. However, I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely close, and now with Shake getting a kill here, maybe we're back on. Bomb has to be stuck. Gunk secures it, loses his teammates in the process, but 2 players to find and 3 players to find, and the third is just nasty. As, oh my god, he just won that. Makes it look so easy, and Gunk, the playmaker, that just saves the day at 11-11. Last bullet in the mag, 1 taps him as well. Gunk able to prioritize that bomb plan and just goes nuclear. Oh my god. And well, we were already seeing signs of frustration on the side of Aphotic eSports, and that was before an absolutely asinine 1 versus 3 got put on him, as, oh my god, Gunk proving that he still got hands in D. Just nasty. How did he pull that off? That is insane. They knew he was the bomb planner too. Pinned behind the smoke there. It doesn't matter. Gunk gives it his all, and Gunk wins. I think Saltcrew a little bit hyped up after that one here. He's going to use a tactical timeout here to kind of bring themselves back a little bit here, as I'm sure the comms are a little bit chaotic after something like that. But needing to lock in the final round of regulation. Can they pull off what technically would be a comeback here? Aphotic eSports had a 5-round lead at one point in this match here at 6-1. For those of you that forgot. After a minute here to take a deep breath. Back to a reasonable heart rate level here for Saltcrew, as they look to try and make that final strike here. Crazy. Crazy. My mind's still on that round, but it must move on, and Suffer airstriked away. Oh my god! What is going on here? We're playing in slow-mo here is... I've never seen this. I think maybe the server's going... No, we're back. Okay, I take it all back, and after the slow-mo, we get into full-mo here at Suffer. Owens in on the frag. Mad 4, able to get one back with the FAMAS, but gets traded away, and Spartan Shock, down to 10 HP, does land another frag. And Gunk, he's been here again. He's gonna have to do it once more here. As the bomb secured, goes for the fight and takes out the first, lines the second, and oh my god, Spartan Shock on 10 HP. Barely wins it. I felt it. I felt like Gunk had it there for sure. But not meant to be. Another great try there, and Aphotic eSports just barely finding a way to play for extra. The 1v3 specialist. Crazy. But that all happened in regulation. It's time for overtime here. Side's gonna stay the same, at least for the time being here, and throwing back into the gauntlet. Who can hit 13 first? Felt like money had been a pretty big factor for Aphotic eSports, at least on the tail end of that second half here. So with the overtime funds here, that excuse, that limiting factor is not really going to be in play. Adol again, going for that fast cat swing here. Does go down, but Music is able to get the trade in with Spartan Shock kind of hiding in this Xbox smoke. This opens the door for a fast A flank. Cheap as well, finding one here, and actually that fast flank is going to end up biting him in the butt here as a freebie given over to Hot Soup. He's ready for it. Bomb planted. 2 versus 3. Put in the hands here of Aphotic, and Saltcrew just snug into the post plant as they slip away towards Donut in A main. Last 2 players spotted out. Gunk, though, dies in the process, and now Shake. He's got to get his gun out this second. He can't. Bomb's gonna be tapped. Grenade swings in, shields their eyes, and Hot Soup knows that time is his best weapon here. Lines them both up and knocks them right down. These post plants just so clinical here from Saltcrew, and Aphotic eSports again being forced into actions. We'll lose off the back of it. Just some textbook Counter-Strike there. Playing the bomb plant, setting up in a post plant, riding it out there, and Saltcrew, they take the lead. This second time in the game. But once again, I mean, through the eyes of Aphotic eSports, it felt like they had such a hold on this map here, and the fact that we're now trailing, now having to fight just for tie game, fight for survival here in this first half of overtime is definitely mentally taxing. The old 2-man setup here from Aphotic eSports, a little bit more reserved, but Adol playing over towards that mid cubby will lose his head. A great opening frag there from Shake, and a chance to just expand upon it. Hot Soup will not squander it. Over towards A, Cheap. He's gonna get a freebie in. Suffer thinking that smoke had just bloomed, steps into the open, gives one back. Molotov at least denies passageway out through Temple, but after it dissipates, Mad 4 breaches the gap here, finds 2, and that leaves Gunk in a 1 versus 1. Who else do you want in the clutch, though, other than Gunk? And it's just light work for him as he lands the final headshot. 14 to Saltcrew's name. Clutching over towards B, clutching over towards A. By my math, that's about all the bomb sites you really can clutch at on this site, and really any map. The chance now for a flawless T-side half here in overtime. Saltcrew trying to make it 15-12 here as money dries up slightly for Aphotic eSports. They're missing a bit of utility. Sheep, though, still able to afford the big green and makes good work out of it. A frag over here towards B. A one and done coming through from Shake here, as it's actually Aphotic eSports. The man advantage in the mid round. It's gonna be a 3-man push though out of Saltcrew, and just with the buddy system, no frags given away, no trade given up here, and things just go from great to amazing as Saltcrew secures the plant. Spartan Shock does get a kill back, and now with Chegg as well, getting his second in the round here. It's going to be Kiwi's turn again in a 1 versus 2. But looping around here, these CTs caught lacking, expecting him over towards Banana. Kiwi plays him like a fiddle and does his best gunk impression for Saltcrew to win it out. Crazy. Not even really just his gunk impression there. I mean, credit to Kiwi. That's his second 1 versus 2 as well. These T-side clutches might be what wins it here for Saltcrew tonight. It's insane. I mean, there's 4 rounds that Aphotic eSports had in a dominant hold there that they've just let slip by. And I mean, it was almost 5 as well. Gunk just barely lost one of his 1 versus 3s. Definitely something to put into perspective there. A devastating journey to this point here for Aphotic eSports. And if they want to continue onwards, you got to do exactly what Saltcrew just did to them through their T side. Some suspense out of that pause in between halves. Give you a minute here to decompress and look at the scoreboard, I guess. Back to business. A little bit of CT sighting here for Saltcrew. Once again. Interesting. That was a T-side grenade being thrown. Suffer was kind of using it there to fight down towards the bottom of B, but neither side really having success off the back of it. The flash through the smoke, it actually doesn't blind up Suffer, but the angle's so weird that Mad 4 able to get the better of that engagement. Kiwi though, playing the front hand angle here, does claw a kill back as Auto Director shows us the head shake again out of music. I have a feeling that's their IGL. That's again another very tilting spot here where a 5 versus 4 is created and immediately given back Saltcrew, but Adel success in his one-on-one duel. Takes some damage from it, and Kiwi now cheekily hiding up here towards the top of mid. Finds one and really just works as a distraction for Hot Soup to loop around through cave. And Adel, a top performer here for Aphotic eSports. Have to do a gunk 1 versus 3 on 52 HP and does at least get the bomb down over here towards A. Saltcrew. Allowing this though, they'd rather just play the 3 versus 1 here. Footsteps offered over, and Adel knows at least one player coming through Donut. Knows he's got to make a move here. Tries to force the fight over towards CT. 2 players lined up, however, only 1 player chopped away, and Saltcrew. It's been an amazing performance, an amazing journey up here to get to 16-12 as they collect their 8th win of the season in stunning fashion. Oh my god, Saltcrew. I was talking, I believe it was Gunk last week here. We actually, funnily enough, were talking about Ancient. You were saying Ancient, kind of our middling map in our map pool here. But if you ask me, that was a pretty damn good performance as Saltcrew does get it done there. But like I was saying, we might have some time for a little bit of fun here. It looks like we got a player coming in for an interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back here. I'm joined with the illustrious Suffer here after an amazing performance there on Ancient. So tell me, how did it go down there? What was the keys to victory there to really pull off that comeback that you guys had?
Like, I would say that our retaking was extremely well this game, and
Agreed?
awesome individual performances from like Gunk and Kiwi with those insane clutches we've had. It was a wild ride. It was a lot of fun though.
Certainly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, beyond the post-plant clutches, now that you say it there, I mean, they kind of got thrown in the shadow of the clutches, but you really did have some late success there at the end of your CT side pulling those off there. But get me off just kind of blabbering there. Tell me, what were the comms like after that Gunk 1 versus 3 at 11 to 11?
Oh, dude, it was insane. My wife had to tell me to be quiet because the kids might wake up.
One of those clutches. Tell the kids
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
dude, it was insane. Just two bullets left. Bing, headshot. It was great.
I couldn't even speak. I couldn't even believe it there. That was just filthy. Definitely one of the best clutches I've seen in a while here. So
Oh yeah.
I was kind of joking a little bit all throughout the cast there, but Ancient, I think I talked to Gunk a little bit here. He said it was kind of like a middle of the pack map pool pick for you guys here. Do you agree with that here after a performance like this, or?
Honestly, Ancient used to be like one of our favorite maps, or like I think it
Mm,
was our most played map for the past like 2 seasons. I don't know. It was just we're trying to figure it out, still get it back on track, and hopefully do more performances like this again on Ancient. Get back to our roots.
fair enough. Definitely a step in the right direction here. But Suffer, those are kind of all the main questions that were hitting my mind there. Anything you want to say or shout out before we wrap it up and call it a night then?
Great win tonight from the boys. Let's keep it going.
Absolutely. One final match. Rooting for you guys as always there. Hope you can win it off on another win there on the right foot. But thanks again for everyone for tuning in
Yes,
to this
sir.
point. Thanks for you as well for taking some time out of your night with you not feeling well, but
Appreciate it, brother.
hope you get feeling better. Until next time,
Thanks, man.
take care.
Peace.
Nine and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste, hoping I can drown the sorrows, but